Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight I've got a banger into Cleveland and we are going to showcase this bad boy right now. So this match is going to have it all, folks. It's going to have potatoes, as we all come to know and love. It's going to have teammates who just refuse to try to win their side and have to run away from their side as soon as the match starts. It's going to have teammates not wanting to do their job, and then it's going to have at least two teammates with me who carry this match. One of them in particular, but maybe two of them. Alright, so we're going to go over to the right. My thing is always what? Win your side, am I right? So watch what my teammates do. Okay, I am coming over here to win this side. Best place for Cleveland to win this side? On the outside. Because then, once you deal with any stragglers that may come over to you, you can use that as cover to then farm the battleships to death. We have an Amagi, and we have a Fletcher on this side of the map. Which, in theory, would be amazing. You have a good, hard-hitting battleship when it decides to hit things. And you have a gunboat destroyer that should be at least competitive with the enemies that are on the team. But I've got neither. My teammates want to run away. And watch how useful they are. Now, I'm not doing this to name and shame people. Just let's get that out of the way. That's not what this is about. It's just showcasing my point. Win your side. Do your job. Okay? That's it. That's the two things that I always try to stress in my videos. Because you will win more if you do that. So, again, just keep in mind who is over here with us. It is the Amagi and the Fletcher. I don't care about their names. I don't care how long they've been playing or anything like that. That's not what this is about. All this is when we finish the match, we'll see where they stack up on the leaderboard just to compare what winning your side is versus doing what they did. Okay, that's all that's about. Okay, that's the only reason I want you guys to pay attention to the Fletcher and the Amagi. Now, first things first, there's a destroyer out here. We know there's a destroyer out here. Look at what he does. He drops a smoke. He's not detected. He's not at any risk of being detected. What are you doing? Potato number 1 has been found. We are going to execute termination protocol very, very soon. But he's not alone. There are a lot of cruisers in this match, and 2 of them are going to be directly in front of me. Now watch what I do rather than go for the cruisers, or rather than fall back. Now first of all, I don't know they're there yet, right? But I'm about to get into position to radar this guy. His last known position was over here in his smoke screen, right at the edge of this circle. Now we get detected by a York first and an Atlanta. I notice what it is. It's not that big of a threat to me unless they get close. That's the only time I'm afraid of them. So we immediately radar. We've got the Moss spotted. It would be great to have a Fletcher here to help. He throws it in reverse, so to his credit, that probably saved his life in this first engagement. Because he only has to survive 30 seconds, and then this radar runs out, right? By the way, what do you think of the new radar animations? This is the first time we get to see that on Xbox, because we're on the Xbox Series X now. But he gets away for now. The Tashkent on the enemy team dev strikes a Surrey, and that's when all heck is about to break loose on these 2 cruisers. Atlanta B goes full broadside to me to launch those torpedoes, and we're about to showcase how nasty these 127 millimeter guns. No, I lied. These are 150s. We have 150s, and we dodge his torpedoes because, of course, we do. Like, it's not that difficult. We're in a cruiser. You can dodge the torps. And now we've got a broadside York, who also had already launched his torpedoes. We managed to avoid all of the torps, and now we are going to 100% nuke this man with armor piercing. You cannot give your broadside to any cruiser in this game that knows what they're doing, let alone a Cleveland. And down he goes. So, in quick succession, we pull off 2 huge kills. One of them is a dev strike, technically. But we severely wounded the gunboat destroyer that had the most health, right? I don't think there's... Well, maybe the Tashkent does have more health than the Moss. But either way, the gunboat destroyer out there is now trying to go towards the other cat. Our Shiratsuyu, of all the things, a Shiratsuyu detects him and opens fire on the man. Props to you, Shira. Heck of a job. Doesn't finish him, but that's fine. He gets him to turn away. He stays relatively safe. And now I'm coming in to support him now that I've already wrapped up the mopping or cleanup duty over here, getting rid of those two potato cruisers that were against me. And now we're going to go over here and absolutely finish this guy off. He had to turn away from the destroyer, and now he's got the worst case scenario, which is a Cleveland bearing down on him. And yes, it takes a couple hits to really dial it in, but as soon as I get the range and speed and you stop changing directions all the time, you're not long for this world. And down he goes, giving us our third kill in quick succession. Now we've got a Massachusetts out there who is turned away from us and heading away from this side, which leaves me and the Shiratsuyu over here to capture this base. Now I do have a Cleveland behind me, and I don't know what this Cleveland was entirely doing. I'm hoping that he was the one setting this Massachusetts on fire, and I know he gets some damage late in this game, which is why I'm not going to say anything negative about him at the moment, because I think he was actually doing damage. And I think late in the game, he actually helps pull this off. Well, he is not a think he helps. He actually does help, because one of the guys that we run into at the end of this game, by the way, this game's coming down to the wire, folks. This may look like a rout right now. Like, their team's running out of guys quickly, right? But we're going to drop people even quicker than that. It's absolutely stunning how quickly this goes in completely the opposite direction. And the only criticism that I have of our Shiratsuyu in this engagement that's coming up is that he took his ship to take on the Tashkent, and you'll see what I mean in a moment. It's not an engagement you want. Now, obviously, we aim way too high on that first one, so we immediately change our aim down. He's turning out, so we're actually going to get some hits on that first salvo. It was probably our best salvo of this engagement so far. And you can see he's turning out, so it's throwing my aim off. He's going straight at the broadside of that Amagi that ran away from our side. And unfortunately for that Amagi, he's not long for this world, as we get another fire on that mass. And this Massachusetts literally just gets barbecued by two Clevelands as he drives past our Amagi. So he's definitely not long for this world, and down he goes. Amagi finishes him off. So Amagi does get a kill, but he ends up dying to a fire from the Tashkent as well. Now the Tashkent doesn't have any help. However, look at the teams right now. Look at the map control right now. Okay? You've got to consider this stuff late in the game. And so we have a Mogami spotted. We're going to go ahead and start shooting at him. It's going to light us up. However, we're not in any danger of getting shot at the moment. The only battleship left is a Nelson. He's way out in the distance. He can't hit us. So it's us and the Mogami. Mogami's not paying attention to us at the moment. He's just trying to avoid our shells. And he's going to try to get back behind cover and regroup until his Nelson and other ship can catch up to him, which turns out to be a Wichita. Now, here is the biggest mistake that our Shiratsuyu made. Now, he played a great game. 100%. I have no bad things to say about his game that he played. He went straight into the center cap, captured that, which was huge. Now here, I get a shot. He gets the Tashkent lit up. I take the shot. It's 11 kilometers away. It's a destroyer. It's unlikely he's going to sit there and let me hit him. And he does turn out enough to avoid our shells, unfortunately. And the other Cleveland, to his credit, is going to the other side. He's flanking. This is huge. This plays into a huge advantage late in this fight. But Shiratsuyu decides to push him, which I understand the reasoning. But you also got to consider the other two guys that are spotted right now is a Mogami and a Wichita. You've got a radar cruiser, you've got a Japanese cruiser who are absolutely going to nuke you. And you already burned your smoke recently, so you don't have a smoke. Not that it would matter, because you're probably close enough to the Wichita to get radared. And unfortunately, Shiratsuyu's going to go down. Now, to his credit, once again, he did take out the Tashkent. So that's a good trade, but at the same time, it would have been real nice to have him alive for a little longer. Now, Wichita comes out, I have the HE loaded initially. Remember, Wichita and the Baltimore both have 27mm bows. I can't overmatch him. Not that cruiser guns generally overmatch cruisers anyway. But he's going to go broadside to me. And what did we already showcase about going broadside to a Cleveland who knows what they're doing? It is death. No matter what ship you're in. Battleships, cruisers, doesn't matter. You're going to die. And we just absolutely chunk them. Don't even get citadels. Just 8 penetrations. And we get another 9 penetrations that time for 17 total, and we're going to finish them off immediately thereafter. Big threat gone. Radar cruiser gone. Now, we still have the Mogami. We still have the Nelson. I am trying to ascertain where that Nelson is going to go. The Mogami I'm not afraid of whatsoever. I can kill a Mogami easily. It's a big cruiser, it's easy to get to the flanks, and as soon as you get its side, it's a dead man, because I'll citadel it in 2 salvos and kill it. That's just the way that goes. However, Nelson chooses to go to the right, which is bad news for our Cleveland that's on the right. It's also bad news for me, because I was hoping that the Nelson would split off and go, like, away. Just go away. Mogami comes out and he is angled to me. Now, I had AP loaded, and I probably should have loaded HE sooner. Okay, but the lucky side of this is, or the fortunate side, I should say, not lucky, is that while he is angled very well to me, if you look on the map, he's not angled so well to the other Cleveland. And as you can see, the other Cleveland is wrecking him. Like I said, it's like 2 salvos of armor piercing from a Cleveland, and a Mogami is gone. And watch what we're about to do to this Nelson. Now, obviously, Nelson's got 16-inch guns. Now, first salvo goes into his belt. I'm aiming too low. The Nelson does have very good belt armor, so we need to aim higher. But as soon as we start getting those shots up a little bit, look how much damage we're doing to this man with AP. This is why I say you cannot give the broadside of your ship in anything to a Cleveland. Now, he is going to get rid of our Cleveland, and that is my flag. That is my moment to get the out. Okay, GTFO. Get out of here. We are winning the match. They cannot win at this point without killing me. It's the only way he wins. He can't capture the base and get enough points to take this back. I have to die. That's the only chance he has. And I'll be real honest with you. This guy played it very, very well, with one exception. He goes into the base to capture the base. That is the single biggest mistake that cost his team this match. Now, spoiler alert, obviously, you guys know if I just said he goes into the cap to capture the base, and that allows me to get away. You'll see why in a moment. He did the right thing, turning immediately back in after he killed the other Cleveland to come at me. And he's going to catch me off guard. I'll be real honest. I thought it was going to take him longer to get turned around. I was wrong, and it almost cost me my life, as he is fully heading in my direction, and he gets a full salvo off of armor piercing, and we just narrowly avoid certain death. Remember, British armor piercing is deadly versus cruisers, okay? Cruisers and British battleships don't get along. Even for the 16-inch guns of the Nelson. Now, we use this island, this little island, as a buffer between me and him to get as far away from this man as possible. My detection range is 10.8 kilometers. I only have 18,000 hit points left. I need to get away from this man so that I don't die. He goes into the base and starts capping. I understand the thought process, but look at the time. It's under 2 minutes. It's going to take him the majority of that 2 minutes just to capture the base, and then what is he going to get out of it? He's going to get a couple ticks before the game's over. He gets XP for capturing a base, but at the end of the day, he loses the match, so he lost out on XP. Does that make sense? Now, the other side of this is, I have to try to use that island to get away. He gets me detected again because I turned out a little bit too late. He's going to get another shot at me, and this time he has HE loaded. HE's still very nasty from the Nelson, but I'm so glad that he used HE in that salvo, because as many shells as hit me in the butt right there, he would have guaranteed citadeled me and likely killed me. Almost guaranteed. If that was armor piercing. And he's probably kicking himself right now. He's played a pretty decent ending of this match. I can't fault him for it. The only mistake that he made that cost his team the match is right here capturing that base, because that allowed me to get beyond 10.8 kilometers, and I'm going to be able to sail off into the sunset, return to port, and win this match. So hopefully you guys were able to see the learning points of this. There was so much to learn from in this one match. That's why I was like, oh my god, this is perfect for a video, because it showcases teammates running away from the base, or running away from the spawn, but it also showcases what happens when you win your spawn. Okay? The guys that ran away from their spawn shouldn't have won this match. That Fletcher didn't capture the base in the middle. By the time he got to the middle, the game was already over, or the cap was already done. He ran away from the one destroyer he could have detected and had help killing, and then God knows what happened to him. So, again, it's not a knock at the individual person. It's just trying to showcase to everybody the teaching points that I try to look out for and try to help everybody, because it's something that I want to see change, because it makes games more competitive, and the more competitive the game, the better it is for all of us. 134,000 damage with the Dev Strike on the York, I believe, may have been the Atlanta, but high caliber, 4 kills, top of leaderboard, 3,200 base, and as you can see, the Amagi was third from the bottom, and I think the Fletcher was slightly higher than that. So thank you again to the Cleveland and Shiratsuyu for helping carry this match. If you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video. And if you guys stuck around this long, name the RC truck that I had on my channel, and I will pin you. The first person to get it right gets pinned.